Make sure my levels is right. Make sure my levels is right. You. Yeah, we getting sound. Let me know in the chat if there's anything wrong with the audio. You know, keep me posted. You know, keep me posted. If you like what I just if you like the beat that I pretty much play during the beginning, the waiting portion of the stream, go check out my previous vlog I did last Friday. I think it's like episode 16, I think. But anyway, where are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself, you know. What's good, everybody? It's me, your boy, Sean P, the Blunt God. Aye! And we back. We back again today, and we here for a One Piece reaction stream. A One Piece reaction. So I found a video that kind of caught my interest because Blackbeard is a very interesting character in the whole story. So I'm always fascinated with content involving like Blackbeard because he's just a mysterious character, So I seen that O'Hara, I like doing his streams. There's a few other One Piece YouTubers that I'm gonna start getting to. I might start doing reactions to other people's chapter reviews. Like maybe do like a random channel's review of that week, whatever chapter come out that week. I think I might start doing that as well, just to hear other people's thoughts on the chapters through the weeks. But yeah, so anyway, I found this video. I guess O'Hara dropped. I like some of O'Hara's videos. He's pretty. He got some good insight on things, and he drops. I think he also drops the translations of like the SBSs as well. Like I think there's a website like Library of O'Hara that has I think he manages that. I don't correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. But anyway, he dropped this video called The Ultimate Blackbeard Analysis. And it's about a good 20-minute video and about Blackbeard. I don't know if it's a theory or if it's just kind of analyzing his character. But yeah, so let's get to the so my window capture. All right, yeah. There we are. So I just want to, I'm curious what this is about. Maybe it has some theories in it. I don't know, but yeah, let's get into it. I will also be posting the link to this video in the video description. It should be there already. It should be there. And yeah, make sure you give the stream a like. If you like my content, subscribe. I'm doing the giveaway. I'm doing the One Piece One Piece Straw Hat Jolly Roger flag giveaway or whatever. I'm gonna be giving away 2 after I reach 50 subscribers. So make sure you give your boy a subscription. I will be giving back to the community. I love doing One Piece content, and I want to give back to people who support people who support me. I want to get back. So let's get into this. I have not watched this either, so.
Okay, so Blackbeard might be the smartest character in One Piece. Yes, I know that just like Luffy, he often does very impulsive and foolish things, like, for example, almost being wiped out completely by Magellan and Impel Down. But when you really think about it, Marshall D. Teach had a plan that was over 20 years in the making, and he executed it perfectly basically playing the entire world, which I just really have to respect. He joined Whitebeard as a teenager, already with the intention to get his hands on the most powerful Logia devil fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi. He then waited patiently on board of the Yonko's ship, keeping his head low and biding his time. All that despite being ridiculously powerful all the while. Remember, he was able to hurt Shanks, one of the strongest people out there. So instead of showing off his powers, he kept a low profile, already recruiting people for his future crew until finally one of his
Sorry, y'all, I had to check something. I was a little distracted. My bad. We're gonna rewind it just a little bit. Just
strongest people out there. So instead of showing off his powers, he kept a low profile, already recruiting people for his future crew until finally one of his crewmates actually got his hands on the devil fruit he was hunting for. Then he took his chance, killed his crewmate of over 20 years and left the crew. I mean, yeah, of course he did leave the crew. I'm already really impressed with the patience this man had. Just like Luffy, he always...
I'm sorry, I just wanted to say, like, I was about to talk about this moment. I loved how they introduced Blackbeard. You know, like, he was almost like some random character to just kind of give a little insight. And it was almost a friendly meeting. Like, you wouldn't have thought that he was going to be, you know, the big, you know, probably the final villain of the series, possibly. But, yeah, and it was like this moment that he's about to talk about right now. And I'll rewind it just a little bit, just...
his crewmate of over 20 years and left the crew. I mean, yeah, of course he did leave the crew. I'm already really impressed with the patience this man had. Just like Luffy, he always trusts in fate to find a way for him somehow. And as far as I can remember, it has always pretty much worked out for him so far. But the next phase of his plan is even more impressive, and I can't believe I haven't put one and one together in my head so far. Because when you think about it, Blackbeard basically orchestrated all of the major events in the story so far. Maybe that was obvious to you, but to me that actually blew my mind a little bit. Think about it. Blackbeard's goal after finally consuming his ultimate devil fruit was going for the One Piece right away. For that, he needed to join the Yonko and become a force to compete with the likes of Kaido and Big Mom. So what does he do? Well, obviously he decides to get the strongest crew possible. And if you don't have the patience and charisma of Luffy, or are as romantically active as Big Mom, Blackbeard figured that he'd just grab himself the strongest people available to him that are basically out of work right now.
You know something, like I just had a thought about like Blackbeard gathering all these strong individuals from the prison, right? Like I wonder what he had to, how he was able to convince them enough for them to garner maybe some loyalty to him, because he just, you know, like, they're prisoners, you know, of course they're going to at least roll with him at least until they're free, but you know, what would make them stay? You know, like, that's what I'm curious. Like, he must have told them like his goals, and it must have been convincing enough for them to actually, you know, for them to believe it. And accept it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm curious about, because you know, pirates, their loyalty wanes, you know, like they're loyal, like it's been, you know, when we think of pirates, we think about criminals, and you know, there's no true loyalty. Like, they'll turn on you if they see fit, you know, they'll stay loyal as long as it benefits them, you know. And I'm saying, like, I'm sure his subordinates, the one he got from Impel Down, I'm pretty sure, you know, they're not loyal for no reason. I'm pretty sure they might betray Blackbeard if it benefits them. But, you know, what's making them go along with this whole thing? You know, like, what did he promise them? Or what did he share with them? Like, I would like to see what he told them when he, like, I think we did kind of get a flashback of it, but like, I don't, like, I might have to actually go back and really look at it, but You know, just to make sure that I'm just not being forgetful, because I could be like that. But yeah.
But how to get into the most secure place on the entire planet, except maybe for Merijo? Easiest answer, pretty straightforward. Ally yourself with the world government, so they basically invite you in. So now Blackbeard's first step is becoming a warlord. As you'll remember, he thinks about hunting down Luffy to get on the good side with the Marines, but fails. Luffy, after all, just like him, is special. Something that Blackbeard, by the way, knows really well. And so fate offers him a different solution. I'm of course talking about Ace, who was hunting after Blackbeard to bring him to justice. Once he realizes that Ace
was
is
not having
intent
that
on bringing him back to Whitebeard, a new opportunity opens up for him. He realizes that not only can he use Ace as a bargaining chip to become a warlord, but he can even orchestrate everything so that the Marines will take on his former captain. After all, Teach also always had his eyes on the strongest paramecia, Whitebeard's Gura Gura no Mi. He knew that he would have to get past the man at some point anyway, not only to reach the One Piece, but also...
If I remember correctly, though, Blackbeard wanted to capture Ace as well. For that same reason, to get into the Shichibukai, because I think that's who he was kind of trying to capture, and then he learned that Luffy was it. Like when he realized who Luffy was, because when they first meet, neither of them knew who each other was, but they had their little interaction. But then after he learned who Luffy was, I think he seen like the bounty poster or something. He wanted to use Luffy as that bargaining chip to get into the Marines, but I think he wanted to use Ace at first at one point. You know, I can't remember where I seen it, but I think he was trying to get Ace at that point. But he seen Luffy and he was like, well, I mean, this is a good opportunity because it's right here. It's presenting itself. And then that's when he chased after Luffy, and Luffy went to Skypiea. Luffy and his crew went to Skypiea.
Also for the Devil Fruit, and now he had all the cards he needed to play his big rounds. Okay, so he delivers Ace to the government, receiving the status of a warlord. He then enters Impel Down, gathers all the powerful people he wants into his crew, and then leaves directly for Marineford, where the Marines and Whitebeard's army had already weakened each other significantly. And so walking in there with his army of legendary pirates, he takes advantage of the situation, kills Whitebeard, and takes his devil fruit, only fleeing when Shanks arrives. Now finally, he has become a Yonko and is now able to seriously go after the One Piece, being at least on eye level with even the most powerful people in the One Piece world. All of that based on a plan that he made as a 16-year-old. I mean, if that doesn't make him one of the most genius characters in the story, I don't know what to tell you. Actually, I do. If you want weekly One Piece content just like this, subscribe right now. Done? Nice. As a reward, I'll tell you
Y'all heard the man. Y'all can go subscribe if you like his analysis of everything. Hey man, go check his stuff out, you know.
A super new Blackbeard theory in this video as well. Now, Teach is still a bit of a mystery. There's just so little that we actually know about him. And even though I do love myself some tease and mystery, I'm a very simple man, I still want to try and figure out as much about Blackbeard as possible today. Did you, for example, know that Blackbeard's favorite food is cherry pie? Now, rightfully, you might be wondering.
I think that was in the SBS. I think it was stated somewhere like the data book, like the Reverie card, or maybe SBS. I'm not too sure, but I think it was stated that, because you know, like Oda like to explain, you know, like a lot of the characters' favorite foods. You got, you know, Luffy loves meat. Zoro likes alcohol, like liquor or alcohol. Frankie likes burgers. I forgot who likes sushi. I think Robin or Nami likes sushi. Chopper likes cotton candy. But yeah. So, and I think he even says like there's like other characters outside of Straw Hats. Straw Hats are just the ones I remember off the top of my head. But I think it was stated that Blackbeard liked cherry pie, like that was his favorite food.
What that has to do with anything. Aha! Looks like we have a sponsor for this video. It's Boxu, who sent me this awesome sleek and black mystery snack box. Thank you, Boxu, for sponsoring this video. Let's see what's inside. Boxu is a monthly snack box subscription service that delivers original really good stuff you could buy in any Japanese supermarket.
I'm not getting paid for that, so
local stuff. $7 characters share a lot of similarities, but are the exact. Redbeard is written as a foil to Luffy. That means that both characters share a lot of similarities, but are the exact opposite in many other aspects.
Yeah,
if we're being honest, Teach is probably Luffy's biggest rival when it comes to becoming pirate.
He's like the anti-Luffy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Teach is the anti-Luffy. I honestly believe that there may be a moment where like Teach is technically Pirate King. Like if you know how in stories sometimes the bad guy actually kind of wins, but even just for a second, but the good guy still prevails. And like I can see Teach actually having possession of the One Piece for or holding the title as the Pirate King, even if it's like for a short time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see that possibly happening, and then Luffy eventually overcoming Teach and, being the Pirate King, and, I guess being in possession of the One Piece. If the One Piece is even something you could be in possession of, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I got a theory that it could be like a big-ass poneglyph with, like, all the world's knowledge and information on it. Something like that, but I don't know, Who knows what the One Piece is at this point?
King. He is the only antagonist in the story.
Like a big gold poneglyph. Like it's like you take each. What would it be like nine times? So about it'd be like 27. It'd be the size of 27 poneglyphs. Because you think about one poneglyph in the robe, and it's like a square. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it'd be like a huge gold poneglyph with all the, like something like that. Maybe I'm way off. It might not be. That might not be where the One Piece is, but because I'm thinking it could be like one piece of knowledge, like having all the world's knowledge in one piece. Like I'm thinking that could be what the One Piece is, like just all the world's knowledge. Maybe that's why Roger laughed, because it was like, people thinking it's like these riches and stuff, but it was just knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And think about it. Why would you need to know how to read the poneglyphs in order to find the One Piece? Maybe because the One Piece, you need to know how to read poneglyphs if you're going to be able to read the One Piece. You know what I'm saying? But that's something I might actually get into, man. That might be a live. I might do a live stream of what the One Piece is, and I might do it to where I like invite people to tell me their theories of what the One Piece is, like something unique, like a unique ass stream where I invite you guys to, I invite y'all to, onto the stream, and we talk about what the One Piece is. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. But anyway, let's get back to this video.
Story where I'm really concerned for Luffy and the other Straw Hats when the battle between the two undoubtedly will happen. Because Blackbeard shares two of Luffy's most important traits: believing in his dream and trusting in fate to guide him. The only thing Blackbeard doesn't have is Luffy's compassion for others. He is cunning, meticulous, patient, manipulative, and cheats his way to what he wants. While Luffy is oblivious, reckless, impulsive, selfless, and often takes the burden upon himself in order to accomplish what he really wants. Now Oda basically smashes these similarities and polar opposites into our face during their first meeting on Jaya. There is just so much symbolism in just this one scene here, so I decided to make an entire video about it that I strongly encourage you to watch. That basically smashes these similarities and polar opposites into our face during their first meeting on Jaya. There is just so much symbolism in just this one scene here, so I decided.
Bro, that's wild. Like, he said you got something wrong with it. He said he told Blackbeard, like, you got something wrong with your head. And Luffy usually, like, when he says stuff, I don't think he was saying it as a response, as an insult. Like, Blackbeard was kind of angry. He like, hey, you know, there's something wrong with your taste buds. But Luffy's kind of airheaded, so he kind of like, he's airheaded, but he's smart. He has like an instinct about him where he could tell people's true self or their true intention. Like, he could, like, I think, like, take in Alabasta, there was a moment where Vivi was crying, talking about how she needed to save Alabasta or whatever, and Luffy basically just beat her up. Or he punched her and then but like he realized like how she was being, and you know what she really needed. She really needed like friends to fight by her side or whatever, and like he could tell people's like true self. And we see how Luffy and Zoro told Nami at the end of this meeting, like, hey, cause Nami said, hey, what's wrong with that guy or whatever? And then they both said, it's not just him, it's a bunch of people or whatever. Which leads into my theory about Blackbeard having multiple personalities or multiple souls within him. And that being possibly the reason why he can take multiple devil fruits. Because he has multiple souls in him that can each, I guess, possess a devil fruit. So like, what was I trying to say? And then Luffy right there just said, hey, there's something wrong with your head. But I don't think he's saying that just to say, like, you're just stupid. Like, if you like this cherry pie, he's like, hey, there's actually something wrong with your head. Like, you're not normal. I think it was Luffy telling him, like, you're not normal. You know what I'm saying? I think him saying there's something wrong with your head is like saying you're not normal. And yeah. Because he's not normal. We all know Blackbeard is not normal.
Decided to make an entire video about it that I strongly encourage you to watch after this one. Luffy's and Blackbeard's journeys are the exact opposite of each other, but what I found the most interesting thing, however, is that both of them wouldn't be where they are today without the other. Luffy begins his journey by obtaining a seemingly weak devil fruit through a father-like relationship with a Yonko. Meanwhile, Blackbeard begins his journey by stealing a strong devil fruit by breaking his father-like relationship with another Yonko. Teach banishes Walpole from Drum Island and leaves it as a nation without a king, while Luffy banishes Walpole from Drum Island as well, but leaves it as a brand new nation with a new king. And as a result, Luffy can recruit Chopper. Luffy sails through the first half of the Grand Line, taking down the Shichibukai. Blackbeard sails through the first half of the Grand Line hoping to become one, but only when Luffy actually takes out Crocodile does Blackbeard get his chance. Luffy declares war on the world government while Blackbeard joins it. Luffy later infiltrates Impel Down in order to rescue Ace, who was caught by Blackbeard, who is only successful in recruiting all the level 6 pirates because of the rebellion that Luffy has started earlier. However, on the other hand, Luffy's only able to enter and influence the war at all because Blackbeard's crew had hypnotized the staff who control the gates of justice. When leaving the prison, Luffy uses his astonishing will to recover from Magellan's poison, and Blackbeard cheats and relies on an antidote to do the same. And then there's of course Marineford itself, where Luffy's will is completely broken while Blackbeard's will is vindicated. The lowest point of our hero is the highest of his antagonists. Even the way they become Yonko is completely opposite. Blackbeard defeated a weakened Whitebeard and the remnants of his scattered crew, while Luffy will defeat a fully powered Kaido and his entire army of beast pirates.
We don't know that. We don't know that just yet. And I'm starting to have kind of new thoughts on how Blackbeard, how Wano could possibly end, which, yeah, I might need to do a discussion, some type of discussion on that.
Okay, now we all.
But yeah, with shonen logic though, normal shonen anime story logic, you know, or just even fiction logic, the good guy tends to eventually win. So just going by that logic, yeah, Luffy's probably going to defeat Kaido.
All know that Blackbeard will be the major antagonist on Left Tail. However, as we know, there is an even bigger villain to defeat in the story, Imu, who I made this massive theory here about in case you haven't watched it yet. Blackbeard is a villain, yes, but he also lives with the exactly same mentality that Luffy does. He wants freedom above all else, and he also believes in the dreams of a new age. So Blackbeard embodies the same path as Luffy, but he will ultimately lose, because Luffy is reaching the top of the world the quote-unquote right way. Okay, so what's the takeaway here? It's that Blackbeard is one of the most influential characters in the story. Someone instilled the idea of the Yami Yami no Mi in his head as a kid, and just like Luffy, he spent his whole life aiming to become Pirate King. And so of course this wouldn't be a proper Blackbeard video if we didn't theorize at least a little bit. Or actually a lot. The big question is of course where
That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's get to the theories, bro. Let's get to the, because, you know what I'm saying, I was feeling the analysis, like, you know, I realized that, yeah, this video is really just an analysis of Blackbeard, but now we get into some theories. Yeah, let's you know, some stuff I could dissect, you know. A lot of stuff he was just saying was just stuff we kind of knew, you know.
Blackbeard got his drive from. Who told him about the Yami Yami no Mi, and why does he actually want to become Pirate King? At this point, I think it would be pretty surprising if Blackbeard was not related to Rox D. Zebek, at least in some way or form. Since Blackbeard and Luffy mirror each other, that means that Blackbeard also shares not only the concept of dreams, but also that of inherited will with our protagonist. And so when you consider how Shanks inspired Luffy's journey, seeing in him the one who could inherit Roger's will, it would make a lot of sense if Luffy's major competitor would inherit the will of Roger's biggest threat.
Sebek, baby.
And not only
What was his name? Rox D. Sebek. And that's another D. We didn't even talk about Zebek in the last stream. We was talking about the D's on the theory video. I forget, it was Sensei Inc. that video.
he has Teach made Beehive Island, Rox's former headquarters, the center of his operation, but he even named his main ship after the man whose name
Zebek.
no one is supposed to really know. The Saber of Sebek. I mean, Sengoku says so himself. Most people today don't even know that Rox existed, and those that do only remember him as Rox, not his last name Sebek. So I think it's pretty clear that Blackbeard must have had a personal connection, or at least a deep fascination with the man. I know what you're
Here's what I'm thinking, man. Like I kind of already said it. My thing is, I think Zebek, or I think Blackbeard, right? Because we know Blackbeard's not normal. You know, he doesn't have a normal body. We know he doesn't go to sleep, right? Like, 'cause that's what Buggy told Shanks, that Teach doesn't go to sleep. And my thoughts is he doesn't go to sleep because he has multiple personalities. He has like maybe at least I would say two other souls or personalities. I'm gonna say souls or spirits within him. He has his main one, of course, which is Teach. Then I think he has. I think one of them might be Zebek. Like one of the other souls could be Zebek, and that's how he knows so much from Zebek, because it's like Zebek with living within his body, and there might be another being in his body. I don't know who it would be, but it could be three. We got Teach, Zebek, third one. That's why he got that's part of the reason why I think he have three skulls on his Jolly Roger. You know, because if it was just him and Zebek, he just have two. You know, unless it means like one skull but two personality. Unless that's what it means. So it could be two, but I'm thinking three because I think his whole concept, the whole concept of Blackbeard comes in threes. You know, it's like the three skulls. If you look at the hippopotamus, right, which is I've talked about it before, is the animal that Blackbeard is based off of. Hippos, they have three stomachs, you know, so that would lead me to believe that Blackbeard could potentially have three devil fruits, or at least have the potential for three devil fruits. We know he have two. Now maybe he could add a third one, and I'm thinking Kaido's. It could be Kaido's devil fruit that he could take, or maybe he already had a third one that we're not aware of. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it could be the Hippo Zone devil fruit or whatever, and it allows him to take two more devil fruits because he has two more stomachs. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we got Eliz in the building. My boy said, I think that unlike what happened to Zebek, Teach's history won't be erased from history. I believe it will be Luffy who will make sure no one forgets out of respect for his fellow pirate and believer of dreams. So you think it'll also be like a respect to Blackbeard as well for being a pirate, maybe? You know, like maybe because I could also see, like, let's say if Eam is the final villain of the series and Blackbeard isn't, I could see possibly Blackbeard and Luffy possibly being forced to collab in order to take Eam Usama. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe after that they could finish their fight or whatever, or Blackbeard might die in a scuffle, and you know if you know, because I don't think Luffy would die. I think Blackbeard would possibly die. You know, I think Luffy could die at the end of the series, though. You know, I think it's possible that Luffy could die at the end of the series, because you know we look at all the things that happened to him that shortened his life. You know, like the being poisoned by Magellan, all the hormones that Ivankov injected into Luffy, that he even said, like, look, if I do this to you, you know, it's going to shorten your lifespan or whatever. And he's constantly, I think he did that twice. It was once after he got poisoned, the other time in Marineford, I think. And but yeah, and then you look at Gear 2, like you look at all the different gears, right? Like there was a time where during Gear 2, I think, when he was fighting Rob Lucci, and Rob Lucci said, look, this Gear 2 technique put a toll on your body that could be, I think he implied that it's shortening his life using this Gear 2. So you think of all the times Luffy has used Gear 2, and then you look at Gear 4 and all the transformations of Gear 4, and then when he learns Gear 5, how much of a toll is his body going to be in at the end of this? You know what I'm saying? At the end of these. But anyway, Yeah, I think Zebek is living within Blackbeard. That's kind of my theory on that, and I think that's what keeps him. That's why he's always awoke, because there's always one of his spirits that are awake in his body. I think that's why he has three heads, because either because there's two of them that live in one body. The front facing head being the one body, and the two facing outwards being the two different souls. Or if there is three souls within his body, and it gives him the ability to hold three devil fruits. I don't know, but let's see what he's going to say.
Thinking now. So, is Blackbeard Rox's son? Now, timeline-wise, I think this would work out pretty well. Blackbeard is 40 years old and grew up as an orphan. Rox was killed 38 years ago, I think. So this would mean that Blackbeard was 2 years old when Rox died, and should Rox have been his father, his death would leave the 2-year-old Blackbeard on his own. And honestly, I think it's quite possible that Blackbeard genuinely resented Whitebeard for leaving his father to die, while he... Whoopa! Okay. A surprising character that might give us some hints at Teach's backstory is actually Orochi. Yes, I know no one wants to talk about Orochi, but listen to this. Orochi was born to the prosecuted Kurozumi clan, one of the 6 royal families of Wano. Interestingly enough, Kurozumi is the only family whose name does not have the kanji for moon in it. Instead, it translates into black charcoal. And so, through backstabbing and trickery, Orochi has climbed his way into a position that is not his. Not only that, but he has killed and betrayed the people who took him in, all in the name of revenge. And even more than that, he has demonstrated himself to be a coward in the face of danger and death. And I hope you'll agree that this parallels Blackbeard pretty nicely. Even though he's a member of the D clan, he doesn't share much of the classical D traits. I mean, they're all strongly willed, positive individuals with a stark sense of compassion and loyalty, laughing in the face of death. Both Orochi and Blackbeard also executed and ridiculed the very person who took them in while broadcasting the event live. We know that Blackbeard doesn't sleep, and neither did...
I mean, Zebek was also a D, though. And, he probably was nasty just like Blackbeard. I don't think being a D makes you necessarily a positive person. I think most of the Ds that we've seen, like most people with the D initial that we've seen, I think that most of them were positive, and I think it might amplify, I think when you're a D, it amplifies what you are. Like if you're a positive person that's a D, it makes you like a super positive person. But if you're bad and you're a D, you have that D initial, I think, or you carry the will of D, let's just say that. I think it just makes you super bad, super nasty. You know what I'm saying? Because, I think it just amplifies what you are, but it doesn't make you good or bad. But I think it amplifies. Like, if you're going to be good, you're going to be really good. If you're going to be bad, then you're going to be really bad. Because it just makes you super strong-willed. But I don't think being a D means you're necessarily a positive individual.
Orochi as a kid, claiming that he was too scared. Both of them getting handed strong devil fruit powers to secure their position. So could Orochi's prosecution and quest for revenge be a hint at Blackbeard's childhood for being the son of the most dangerous man on the planet? And of course, I also want to talk about Blackbeard's ability to have multiple devil fruits. And I have a theory I bet you didn't hear yet. Now, there are a few really popular ideas already out there. One is that it's a special feature of the Yami Yami no Mi to absorb powers. However, given how notorious the fruit is, it's very unlikely that the Gorosei wouldn't know about it. Same goes for the Cerberus fruit theory, though I do like that a bit more. A newer theory...
Hey, I was a believer in the Cerberus theory for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I still do kind of low-key. Like, if that's the case, I wouldn't be mad at it, because think about it. He has a Cerberus, the Cerberus, the three-headed dog, and you know he eats it, and that gives him the ability to eat like the yami yami and then the goro goro. You know, I do kind of like that one. You know, I'm still kind of, I'm not against the Cerberus theory, and that was one of the early Blackbeard theories that I kind of believed. But I'm kind of thinking it's the split souls or spirits. I don't know if that's what he's going to say, but let's see.
I really enjoyed and that you might have heard about is that Blackbeard is actually a squid who have 3 hearts and 8 arms, just like the 3 heads and 8 crossbones on the Jolly Roger. However,
Yeah,
I've stumbled across another theory I don't think I've seen discussed anywhere before, even though I sadly don't know the author. Blackbeard might be inspired by the Barbarossa brothers, or the Redbeard Brothers. The story goes like this. There were 3 brothers. Their mother was named Katerina, same as Blackbeard's crewmate. The older one was a pirate, while his 2 younger brothers were working with their father. After his father's death, the 2 brothers joined the eldest one and became pirates with him under the Crescent Moon flag. And coincidentally, Katerina Devon is called the Crescent Moon Hunter. The number 3 is closely connected to Blackbeard. He has 3 guns and his pirate flag features 3 skulls. And we all know that the pirate flag describes the captain pretty perfectly. And of course we have this notorious scene on Jaya.
It's the one I was talking about. This is the scene.
As I explain in detail in my scene analysis of this.
Like, that's the scene where Nami says, hey, you know, he said something about like, hey, what's up with that guy or whatever. Like, I don't remember exactly. And it was like, yeah, it's not a he. It's they or you know, like, kind of go back a little bit.
Pretty perfectly. And of course we have this notorious scene on Jaya.
I don't know, and it's not he. They. Probably.
As I explain in detail in my scene analysis of this.
And then like Nami says something about Nami responds to the degree like, hey, I didn't see nobody else around. Like what are you talking about? I'd only seen one person. Who's this they? It was only one person. So, you know.
The Blackbeard that Luffy meets in the bar and the one that he meets outside are clearly different people. Luffy doesn't recognize the man he fought with about cherry pies, and both him and Zoro clearly state that Blackbeard is multiple people. Also remember this moment from Impel Down?
Facts, B.
Blackbeard says that Luffy's haki has improved, but he would only know that if Luffy had actually used it on Jaya. In other words, him and Zoro unconsciously used their observation haki here, all riled up from the fight back in the bar. Okay, so here is the twist. Blackbeard has 2 other twin brothers. There are 3 Blackbeards in total, and so when he ate the Yami Yami no Mi that is explicitly shown as capable of absorbing humans as well, he was joined by his 2 brothers, just as in the Barbarossa story. And so he hid his 2 brothers inside him, which might explain why Blackbeard was still eating the pie when Luffy already left the bar, cause it was a different brother. Either that or he just eats like hell, which I admit is also entirely possible. Having 3 different people would also explain the varying personalities Teach displays.
I disagree with this theory. I kind of like it, but I disagree because the reason why I disagree is because Blackbeard has always been abnormal, way before he got the Yami Yami no Mi. You know, like back when he was a kid, back when, you know, when we get the flashback of Whitebeard meeting Goldie Roger, and Buggy was basically saying like, hey, you know, that kid never sleeps. So it's like, I mean, unless he had his 2 brothers hidden around him all the time, then I could kind of see that possibly, you know, like if like they were always hidden within the ship or something, then maybe, but that'd be a little excessive though, you know what I'm saying? That'd be excessive. So, but I get the idea of having the Yami Yami no Mi and having them, you know, basically live with like them all joined together. But I also feel as though it could still be something to that degree though. Like it could still be like him and his two brothers, and then maybe something brought them together or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they died, or maybe he's a triplet that's just like I don't know, like maybe he's always been like that. But I could see some validity to the theory though. It's just Blackbeard was always abnormal, so even before he had the Yami no Mi, there's clues that could lead to believe. There's clues that could lead to him being multiple people and one before the fruit. That's all I'm saying.
On Marineford, he had to cover himself up to let his brother out and had him eat Whitebeard's fruit. And when you saw Blackbeard in Marineford with two different powers, one in each hand, the hand that uses Whitebeard's ability wasn't actually Teach's hand. It was his brother's. Teach used the Yami Yami no Mi to pull his hand inside him and let his brother's hand out. So if you believe that he used one different devil fruit with each half of his body, I think you're wrong. Teach has the Gura Gura power in his right hand, the Yami Yami in his left hand, and now look at this. Here the Yami Yami is now in his right hand and he uses the Gura Gura one with his left hand. And now if you look really closely at Blackbeard's right hand and compare it to this one, the rings in his right hand have disappeared. Now this could of course be Oda being a bit sloppy here with the drawing, but what if it's not? Don't you also ever get the feeling that Teach kind of looks a bit different whenever we see him? Could that just be the other brothers? Now this may sound a bit weird, but I feel like the biggest giveaway we have to this are actually his teeth. No matter how many panels I compared, different versions of Blackbeard have different levels of dental hygiene, I guess. One has a lot of gaps, one just a few, and this one here doesn't have any at all. Now it's only in the manga, but it's definitely deliberately done. There is the super cruel one with a complete set of teeth that we see in Impel Down. Then there's the one with one middle tooth that we meet in the bar on Jaya. And finally, there is one with two gaps on the top right, which is the most common version. And thus I would guess the Teach that ate the Yami Yami no Mi. He ate the strongest Logia, his brother ate the strongest Paramecia by transferring the fruit in the same way as shown on Punk Hazard, and now there is a third brother left and he'll probably eat the strongest mythical zone. Now if you really want to fully understand how important Blackbeard is—
Kaido. The strongest mythical zone. Most likely Kaido. Mostly, or it could be Im Sama. I don't know.
However, I strongly recommend that you check out my scene analysis with him and Luffy right here. Thanks for watching.
All right, so that was some stuff right there. So I don't know, man, like, cause I mean, maybe like if let's say the Blackbeard brothers all were hiding within Whitebeard's ship, then that could be that could be an explanation though. Like I'm not. I think that's actually a good theory. But I think it's just a lot of effort in hiding three brothers, living in the ship, and not any of them getting caught. That's it's just that's wild. He said Eliz says, I don't know about him having multiple people inside of him, but I do believe he has more than one soul in his body. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and that's kind of my belief. Like, I like that. Would they be comfortable hiding within his body? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just kind of what got me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm a little iffy. I like the theory though. I don't dislike it. I think it's a good I think it's like a good it's reasonable. Like it doesn't sound like it's a stretch, especially being One Piece. You know, especially it being One Piece, it doesn't sound like it's too much of a threat. Like I could see his brothers just shadowing him, but everybody else only see one at a time because the other two are always hidden somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know, and then once he got the Yami Yami no, once he got the Yami Yami no Mi, maybe that gave him the ability to allow them to be with him at all times without having to hide elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. You know, I just think that's just a lot of work to have to hide three twin brothers at all times and nobody ever catching more than one in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like no one ever kind of piecing it together. You know, I think that's kind of what, you know, I mean, they must have been some good hiders if that's the case, but that's just, you know, it's tough to have to, I guess not accept, but I don't know. But but like you said, Elias, I kind of like I'm more so with the idea that he has two other souls, and maybe they are his brothers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was born like that, where it was like, you know how you got conjoined twins, right? Like he was born conjoined, but it just looked like one person, and you don't really see the other three. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, maybe they can appear, you know, when they take over the main body, you know what I mean? And like his teeth might change and his physical appearance might change when one of them take over the main body, you know. And maybe they're all, you know, if that's the case, maybe Zebek is their father in that case. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's, you know, that I like it, man. I do like the theory though. I do like the theory. I feel as though I like the multiple souls in one body more, but I like the theory, you know. And if it's true, then, you know, I won't be mad. You know. Anyway, you guys, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the video. You know, do you agree with him? Do you, you know, like what did you think of his analysis of Blackbeard? You know, like everything he ran down about Blackbeard's character and everything, and the theories. What about the theories? Do you agree that it's three brothers where, you know, they're hiding within his body through the Yami Yami no Mi? Do you agree with me that it's like multiple souls within one body, or do you have your own theory on it? You know, let me know what your theories on Blackbeard is, you know, and how he's able to eat multiple devil fruits, you know. But anyway, I think that's pretty much going to be the stream for today. It was a good reaction video, a good video that I reacted to, is what I meant to say. I really enjoyed it. I like O'Hara's videos, are well formed. And if you want me to react to a video, you know, send it my way. You know, follow me on Instagram, Twitter. That's where you can send me videos on those two. And yeah, or if you're in the Facebook group or the Discord, you can also send videos there if you want me to react to, you know, as well as share them with the community there, you know. But yeah, anyway, I'm out of here. It's your boy, Sean Peter Blunt guy. Hey! And I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy. Peace. And I might be reacting to another video this time, sometime this week. Maybe tomorrow or Friday. I don't know just yet. I had to find a video worth reacting to first. But you know, like and subscribe. I'm out.